Hey there, and welcome to creating a reflection in Photoshop. But first, we're actually going to start off in Lightroom. And what we have is we've got a picture we took in the White Studio. This part here is blown out nicely, but the part down below is not. So we're going to clean this up first. I'm going to hit the letter K to give me a mask. And the mask that we're going to get is a brush. That's what the letter K does. And then I'm going to grab this exposure, put it all the way up to 4. And you'll notice here, see I'm painting white all the way around. Now I make sure that auto mask is turned on right here. Auto mask is turned on, and also feathering is at its maximum. And that way you'll notice that see the inner circle and the outer circle? Wherever that is, I'm going to turn on my overlay with the letter O. See, overlay. See, it stays inside the lines for me there. It doesn't cross over, crosses knee and everything. Now, if I go too far with it, it will, right? If I go too far and then suddenly it does that. And that's okay. Command Z undoes that. Okay, alright, so I'm just going to very quickly just paint all around him, and it stays inside the lines for me. So, love it. Okay, including this part here. Now, you'll notice actually, see this reflection in here? That is what we're going to replace with a much better reflection. So I'm going to say redo, and good, awesome. I'm going to make my brush bigger and get all of this. Nice. Okay, it is much better to do all of this work here in Lightroom. And I'm gonna zoom in and make sure I even get all these little parts. Doing this in Photoshop is, I mean, it can be done, yes, but it's a little bit of a pain. Okay, zooming back out. And we're ready. I'm going to turn off my overlay. You'll notice here, as I slide the exposure back and forth, you can see what I've done. It's all white. Super. Going to say done. And now I'm going to send this to Photoshop by going Command E on my Mac. Command E sends it to Photoshop. Awesome. Here it is in Photoshop. Great, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to duplicate this background layer by clicking on the background layer and going Command J. This layer 1 is going to be our top layer, and the background layer is going to become our reflection. So double click on the word background, and we are going to change this to reflection. Great, hit OK. You'll notice also the padlock disappeared because this is no longer a locked layer. Okay, so now we need to create some space underneath. Hit the letter C and you get the crop tool. And we're going to hold on to this bottom tab right down here, this bottom tab. Going to click and drag and go down to about this far right here, increasing it by about 1/3. That's awesome. And go Command 0. Command 0 resizes the whole screen so you can see everything. Alright, so that's enough space. We can crop out other stuff if we need to. And so we either you hit return or do the check mark. If you don't like what you've done, you hit escape or this circle, but I'm clicking on the check mark. Great. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip the reflection over. So in order to see this, I want you to actually turn off layer 1. So hit the I and turn that guy off. Alright, so make sure that reflection layer is selected. Okay, and then I want you to hit the letter V, which will give you the move tool. That's this tool up here. Awesome. Okay, so I also want you to make sure that auto select is turned off and show transform controls are turned off at the moment too. We don't need those at the moment. Good. Go Command T to transform. And you'll get into the transform mode and hold down the control key and click on the picture and select flip vertical. Hey, he's upside down. Super. Okay, I'm going to grab and drag him downwards. Now, if you hold down the shift key, then it won't go sideways. See, I'm holding it down and letting it go. Okay, so if I hold it down the shift key, it keeps everything right smack dab in the middle. Okay, I like what I've done, so I'm going to hit return or click the check mark. And I'm going to turn layer 1 back on. Don't worry that there's some overlap. That's okay. So now we want to be able to see through this white part right here. And we're going to change layer 1 to allow us to do that. So click on layer 1. Now, this is a mistake lots of people make. If you double click exactly on the word layer 1, then it's going to allow you to change the name. Okay, you don't want to do that. You want to double click on this space right here off to the side. So then you get these layer styles. And these layer styles have a whole bunch of things that you can do to them. And you can play with all of these if you want. Okay, but at the moment, all I care about is this blending mode. And I want you to click on normal and select darker color. Take a look, actually. You can see all the things that it does to these guys as it goes on through. Okay, anyway, darker color. Awesome. Look at that. It shows only the darker color. So whatever is overlapping, it shows the darker color. And say, okay, well, that looks pretty good. That is a very accurate reflection. As a matter of fact, it's actually too accurate, because really reflections have a certain amount where they fade out and that kind of thing. So what I want you to do is click on the reflection layer, and we're going to add a gradient where the reflection starts to fade out. All right, now, so what I want you to do is go down, see, it's kind of hard to see, but this little thing right here that looks like a camera. Okay, while you've got the reflection layer selected, I want you to click on it. And then you're going to get this guy right here. This is called a mask, or a layer mask. All right. Now, it's really important that you understand that we're going to be working on the layer mask, not the picture. See how the picture just selected here? This is the picture of him upside down. We don't want to work on that. We want to work on the mask. That's why I've selected the mask. And it must have these little things around it here, this selection part right here around it. Okay, good. Now we're going to add a gradient to this. Hit the letter G. And now over here, now what you might end up getting, you'll notice that you also have the paint bucket tool, the 3D material drop tool. Okay, you want to have the gradient tool. If you didn't bring it up, if you go Shift G actually helps you cycle through those three things. All right. Anyway, we're on gradient. Super. Go up here to the top. You've got a whole bunch of options up here on the top. Make sure that you have this first one right here, linear gradient, instead of all of these other ones. And I want you to click on this little arrow. And under Basics, open Basics. And you've got this second guy right here, foreground to transparent. Click on that. That's the type of gradient we're going to add. Now we need to change the foreground color. So if you take a look on this little section right here, these are your colors. See, this little guy right here, this is the default. And you can get automatically black and white by hitting the letter D. And that gives you white on the top, black on the bottom. Okay, now, if you want to flip them back and forth, you can either click on this little double arrow thing or hit the letter X. See, I just keep hitting X and it flips these guys back and forth. All right. Okay, so I'm going to back off on this. Now, we actually want to take black and have it fade out. As a matter of fact, so hit the letter X until your black is on the top. This is the foreground color. Good. We're still in the gradient tool. You're going to go down around the bottom of his head. You're going to click and drag straight up. Now, if you want it to go straight, hold down the Shift key again Goes there like that, and you go up to, oh, I don't know, it really doesn't matter. You can do it a bunch, but I like to go up to about little over top of him. Okay, and let go. All right, see how it goes? Where it's painted black, it's more transparent. And then because it's a gradient, it becomes more and more white until the white is not having any effect at all. So, and you can see that basically what we painted is this, from black up to white. Super. Okay, so we need to fill in this bottom layer here with white. Okay, notice please that what we've actually done is made this picture more transparent. Okay, so we need to put a layer underneath. Hold down the Command key and click on this little plus guy right here, create new layer, and it will make a new layer directly underneath. Okay, and we can call it white background. See how I double clicked on the name and let me change the name right there like that? All right, and we're going to fill this with white, and that way we're going to be able to see this reflection easier. Okay, now the shortcut for filling it with white is Command Delete. Okay, Command Delete fills it with white. See, look at that. Now, I want to point out too that Option Delete will fill it with the foreground color. Command Delete fills the background color. Okay. All right, so there it is. You now have your reflection. If you want to play around with things, then you can play about where it is. You can click on the actual picture. See how I didn't click on the mask. I clicked on the picture. Hit the letter V for the move tool, and now you turn on the transform controls, and you can move your reflection around to wherever you want. Or if you hover over top of these guys, see, and you move it around a little, see that? It turns to that little, those little double arrows. You can rotate these guys. You can rotate it around. So put it to be where you want, and make that work. Also, oh, by the way, you have to hit, if you change it, you have to hit enter or check mark. You can also skew it and transform it by going Command T. Remember that? All right, and you can play around with all sorts of ways where you can transform it, and you can, if you turn off this guy right here, then you can even warp it. Here, make him super skinny. Whatever it is that you want to do. I don't like this. I'm going to click on that. All right, and I think that is it for making the reflection. But we're not done yet because we have to save what we're doing. So I want you to go File and Save, or Command S. Look out right here, it's got to hit 100, and now what should happen is it should update back in Lightroom. Let's go back to Lightroom, and whoop, there it is right there. And you can see right here, look, it's updated right in here. Awesome. You might need to go into grid mode. Once you see it's here, then you can quit Photoshop. So I'm going to go back to Photoshop, and I can close it or quit it, and you're good. Great. Thanks very much.